Hey guys, welcome back. BGC Care here, and we're back with our weekly Q&A video. This is Season 2, Episode 17. If we ever get to a second season, how are we going to change the... what would the second season be? I mean, third season, I guess.
I don't know.
Would we do it like a 52-week season, like it's a whole year?
Or maybe we'd use this as a chance to get back into sync with the calendar year. Anyways.
Well, we're a little late for that. Anyways, getting right into the questions. The first one comes from Xandalf The Great, like Gandalf the Great with an X. Then they say multiplayer matchmaking is a joke. As a silver 3, I'm getting paired against a gold 3. How TF do I climb if I'm fighting people higher ranking than me by that much? It's just sad.
Alright, so it turns out the question was different than what we thought it was, because he was complaining about people that were ranked higher on the leaderboard being matched against him, but that's not that interesting because it should have more to do with your team than it does with your rank, because ranking is influenced the most by just how much time you put in, right?
Yeah, so the rank on the leaderboard doesn't actually make a fight easier or harder.
But we're going to answer a question that it sounded like, and that's actually probably more useful for most people. So since update 2.14, the AI for fighting in MP has definitely gotten more difficult. So the most important thing is to make use of anything that gives you an advantage without skewing your matchups. So I think there's maybe 3 really sort of basic and important tips. One is, if you don't field an unbalanced team, you're more likely to, because if you do, you're more likely to get matched against 3 really tough opponents that's matched up against your top stat guy. So if you've got one guy that's really high stats, 2 that are low, you're going to set yourself up for some really hard fights in the last couple battles. Gears. Number 2, optimize your gears. Gears don't affect matchmaking, and if you pick the right ones, it can make a big difference in your team's ability. And 3, augmentations. So we've said this from absolutely the very beginning, as soon as augmentations were a thing, that crit chance and crit damage were the most important because they aren't factored into matchmaking. Health and damage are. And so by increasing your crit chance and crit damage, you're effectively
getting bonus damage. You're getting free damage that flies under the radar.
Right, exactly. So those are actually I think the 3 most important things if you want to do well in MP.
Yeah, but I guess for the actual question, really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you're getting ranked, like how high up ranked they are.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is whether you beat them or not.
Yep. Because
they get nothing if you win, and if you lose, that's the only way they get anything.
Yep.
And maybe if you put your team up the same way that they did, you'd get more kind of draws too, potentially, if that's where they're getting
I guess it depends
from.
on where their rank comes from, offensive or defensive wins, but that's another story.
If you're complaining about, and that's I think the one fair thing is, if you're complaining about losing to guys that are already higher ranked than you and essentially cementing how lower you are, though I don't think that is what they meant.
Right.
Then if you're losing to somebody and they're getting defense wins, then copy them. That's the best thing to do in this game is to look at what other people do that works. And we've done that a bunch of times, right?
Well, it was easier when they used to give you replays, so you could see what was actually happening.
But not only are sometimes people have better strategies than you, sometimes people have a worse strategy than you, but they come at it from an angle that you didn't even consider, right? Like they pick a team that you would have never put together, and it works well, but you can, maybe tweak the gear a bit or something like that. There's a lot of little things that you can learn from people. Anyways, the next question comes from EnderSnipe, and they say, what screen recorder do you guys use? One that works for iOS? Also, how can I start a successful YouTube channel?
Alright, so we sort of addressed the first part already in the comments, but the second part of it is interesting to me. Yeah. So first, what do you consider success? And it helps to define that for our discussion, but it still doesn't mean that we can answer your question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I consider our channel success, but a lot of others probably wouldn't.
But our success is having people listen to our dumb opinions.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, a lot of times it's the question really is they're looking for maybe like guidance, and I don't know that how we got where we are is particularly useful, but it might be instructive.
I think this is the best piece of advice. You don't start a successful YouTube channel. You make a channel because you want to make a YouTube channel, and then if you're lucky, your channel gets successful. There's like, there are ways to. There are people who have, but like, not to be like mean, but like the idea of you won't start a successful YouTube channel because almost nobody does. Like a fraction of a percentage of people start a channel and have it get really popular really quick. And even a lot of people who do end up popular have spent like years and years climbing to get there.
I mean, we're not even close to being able to use this, make this a living. This is a hobby, it still is. But to me, it's successful because when we do our unboxings, when we do stuff like that, I can get free books. I love getting free books. And we've actually got a couple that we're going to review on our next unboxing that were spectacular. And to me, that is the definition of success.
And we've got another free thing coming soon. I guess no spoilers, but you'll see we'll have a unboxing of that too, probably in the next, definitely less than a month, the next little while.
Yeah.
So for sure, check that out. Like it is a lot of the success is being able to get stuff for free, or being able to, like, even if it's not a big thing, pay for something and say this was YouTube money.
But see, here's the thing too. I mean, our success is different from a lot of other people's because we're not trying to make a living at it. If we were, I mean, this would be an abject failure.
I think the best advice is make content that you would want to watch.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep.
And don't take anybody's advice for getting well known fast.
Oh, don't join a network, actually.
Yeah, anybody who tells you that they will get you popular quickly is probably lying to you. There are, ways that you can, increase your audience. When you're a really small audience, getting a shout out can actually help you, right? When you're looking at just like even like 100 subscribers, if that's doubling your subscription base kind of thing is a significant thing. But there's no real way to reach a significant or sustainable level of popularity just from nothing.
Yeah. But if you want us to elaborate on the network thing, that's really our best advice. I mean, we've just heard so many horror stories. I mean, if you are hugely successful already, it might be worth joining a network. And if you don't really want to make money, it might be useful joining a network. But we've heard so many bad things, and if you want us to elaborate, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, basically, the idea of joining a network, the one advantage is if you don't care about the money you make, and the disadvantage is if you do at all. Okay, there we go. Our next question comes from Victor Chen, and they say, I have a question. Is it really possible to get Blackest Night Martian Manhunter? Because I bought around 5 of these, and I got 0 Blackest Night Manhunters. It seems they can be pulled easily, but not for me.
Alright, so this is a comment from our Most Wanted pack video for the most recent one, right?
Yeah.
So the key is, alright, so there are 10 potentially equally likely drops from the pack. And when you buy 5 packs like you did, you're getting 15 drops.
Yeah.
So the chance of getting 0 copies of one specific character that you're interested in is basically 9 out of 10 to the power of 15. So 0.9 times itself 15 times. And that actually gives you more than a 20% chance. So even though you are likely, so almost 80% chance to get at least 1 copy of any one particular card that you're interested in.
If you buy 5 packs.
Right. There's still a significant chance that you won't get what you want if it's only one specific card. That's why one of the strategies I've always liked is, if there's a pack I know that's coming or that's available that I plan on buying to get somebody there, I actually try to avoid getting the other characters in the pack so that it's less likely I'm going to get some crap that I don't want and have to sell back for a fraction of what it's worth.
Yeah. So there we go. Our next and final question comes from Frost, but it's FRO space ST.
I think that's Fro Street.
Oh, okay. And they say, would you ever take team request from your fans?
All right, so let's break that question down a little. Let's unpack it a bit. So will we ever take requests? I'm not going to say never. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that. Arshid Alibi suggested a team in the comments. It was very interesting, and I've been playing with it a bit, and I think we're going to actually do a video on that soon, very soon.
Yeah, so, like, we kind of use our fans as a similar, like,
we have fans?
Knowledge
that was the second part. We have fans?
I guess we use our comment section as kind of a similar resource base as we use any, like, forum, right? Where if we see somebody talking about something, we will try to judge it based off of how objectively good we think the team would be.
Here's the thing. If we don't do that a lot, we haven't done that a lot, but if you want to suggest a team, we're happy to hear about it, but I think the best suggestions have to do with giving us some compelling reason why this particular mix with these particular gears is good. Like there's something interesting about it. Like if somebody just throws out, oh, try this, this, and this. You know what? It's not
as interesting to us. There's not as much potential kind of, I don't know, depth that we can get out of it. If you say, these guys are interesting, and these are why they're interesting, this is what makes them fun to play with, or this is what makes it really good if you play it a certain way.
So, if you watched our play videos, right, when we do commentary, we usually talk about our strategy with the team, why we put it together that way, and why it works.
Yeah. And so I guess the closest that you can give us to that kind of description of the team, the more likely we are to able to understand exactly what you see in it, even if we don't necessarily make a video for it.
So that part, you know, fans, it's funny, because to me, fans are, when I'm fans of I can't be more than one fan. When I'm a fan of somebody, you know, I get really excited about the idea of meeting them, interacting with them and stuff, and I just can't imagine that, I mean, I know people watch our videos, fans is kind of a strong word.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could prove us wrong, and we'd love for you to prove us wrong, I guess, in the comments. But yeah, I guess so. I don't really consider myself a fan of that many people.
Oh, I'm a fan of a lot of people, a lot of writers, especially like creators, content creators. There's a lot of people who come up with really, whether it's great ideas or they just do something really well.
Yeah,
I have a lot of respect for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm also getting this notification. I have the same phone, and I have also yet to download the system update.
Yeah, you know what? One thing I would recommend against, if your phone is rooted like the one we're playing on is, I would not do an over-the-network update.
Yeah.
Unless you want to really struggle afterwards. But anyways, that's just me. All right. So that's the questions for this week. Mm-hmm. And we still got one more fight.
So we'll just, I guess, watch it play out.
All right. Yeah, all right. So should I give a spoiler, like a sneak preview? We've actually got an unboxing coming up with Loot Crate, and we actually bought 3 boxes again because they had this sale of half off. But what made it really good was it was only supposed to be half off before shipping. Because coming to Canada, the shipping is packed in. It was half off the whole price. Yeah. So we're getting it for less than $20 Canadian
per month, which is really
per month.
reasonable.
Yeah, it was like 50 something Canadian, just over $50 Canadian for 3 months. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and it also gives me an excuse to recommend a whole bunch of things at the end of the videos too. And I was actually afraid that when we're down to just the 1-up box each month, that we wouldn't have the chance to get into some of the cool things that we've been doing or reading.
Yeah. So it's good for at least a little while. It'll be just like back when we were getting Nerd Block also.
This is an interesting fight. All right, so one of the reasons why this team works well too, and the way we geared them. All right, so let's say Injustice 2 Aquaman, he's got rinses the damage over time and sends it back to you. Because I don't think we actually have any damage over time on our 2 main guys, we don't actually have to worry about that. Like, because we don't have Power Drainer, we don't have to worry about LexCorp gear. Because we don't depend on specials, we don't have to worry about Power Drainers.
Yeah.
It's like so many things because we keep it really simple and the matchups are good. I love this team for grinding.
Oh, they blinked.
Yeah. Well, and the good thing is, too, because even when you've got evaders, if your special actually has a secondary ability, like, for example, on Containment Doomsday, he's got the Mutant Bone Spikes, right? Yeah. Then he heals. I don't care if it hits. Really, I'm doing it, like, here, I'm going to just heal him a bunch. Elsewhere Flash, I'm going to give him a couple of, or maybe not. If I feel like I can finish her off. But the danger is he's so close that he's already used up his, bullet time, right? Oh, this is going to be an interesting fight. And surprisingly, that's a very small amount of healing. Oh, you know what, too? Now that we've got broken through Green Lantern,
he's actually a lot more useful.
He's got higher damage and higher health than both our other guys now. Both are golds. But his special 2 doesn't do enough damage, so it's not worth using it much, even if you get a stun. Yeah. It's not really worth a lot.
Well, because you can't get energy from it.
Yeah.
If you could get energy from it, it would be a totally different kind of calculation, right?
Yeah. You know, I'm going to try to juggle her as long as I can without doing a special.
Well, she's pretty close to dead.
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Very good.
So, that was the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Komoda.